The word asylum is actually a Greek word, and it means to give refuge, to give help to the one that asks for it. When I visited first in July 2015, that's when the refugee influx really took off in the spring of 2015. I have a long humanitarian experience in other countries. I never thought I would be doing this in my own country. There were just haphazard tents all over the place. People were buying their own tents and setting them up, or any kind of plastic sheet that they could put up to protect themselves from the sun at that time. And gradually it has developed to what you see now. Everybody is sheltered in ISO boxes or refugee housing units. Shortly they will all be replaced by ISO boxes and there will be an extension. There's 900 people in the camp at the moment. With the extension there will be 1,500. They are from a number of countries: Syria, Afghanistan, Iraq, some Africans from Congo, Eritrea. It's mostly families and vulnerable cases, single women with children, that type of thing. So it's really like a village. We don't want to call it a camp or a site, but rather a village. Everybody knows everybody. The manager knows each case by name, knows the background of everybody. That creates a sense of community. It gives a sense of belonging. It gives a sense of having something to do while you wait for the asylum cases, because this is what most people are doing here. They're waiting for their asylum cases to be heard. In the meantime, they learn a skill, or they spend their time with their friends, with their neighbors, and the kids have something to do as well. I think most people know that Greece has been going through an economic crisis for the past 7 years. So the capacity of the public sector is reduced. And also, if they want to make any kind of recruitments, it's a very arduous process because of the restrictions on that. And so we need to look at the refugee crisis within the bigger picture of the economic crisis in Greece. That is the reason that Greece had to request for assistance from other countries. And I think if you look at this camp, for example, a remarkable job has been done with those resources that are available or have been available or squeezed to become available, regardless of what people would like. And let's bear in mind that none of the refugees came to stay in Greece. They considered this to be a transit country. They all wanted to go somewhere else. But because of decisions in Brussels, probably more than Athens, they are here. Because they are stranded in the country, they applied for asylum in this country. The asylum takes maybe a year and a half. So everybody will be here for at least a year. That means in order not to feel that they're wasting their time, they should do something here. And learning the language is the very least. Greek is not an easy language, and it's not a majority language, it's a minority language in the European Union, but it's important to know it in order to be able to just go down the shop. The local community has been receiving refugees and migrants for the past 10-15 years. They were used to having the occasional boat arrive, and they always took care of the people themselves. It's in the last year and a half that the numbers have peaked, where really the international attention turned to Greece. They have been remarkable, and I say this as someone who is not from here, so I'm not blessing myself, I'm blessing the other people. They remain anonymous and they do it from their heart. But as I said earlier, the resources are limited and they're running out. And partly it is because around half the population, or maybe more, are themselves Greek refugees that came from the other side in 1922. So they have it in them to support the person that is asking for help. As things are progressing and there is more and more pressure on both Greece and the islands to keep refugees, migrants that nobody knows what will happen to, the resistance is building up. I don't think that they're running out. of a will to give, but we have to be careful not to demand too much and to overstretch the goodwill of the people.